Pickup trucks are by far the most popular body style in the United States, with about 2 million units sold every year. For any automaker who competes in this category who also wishes to have a notable sales percentage of electric cars in the next 10 years must create a compelling full-size electric truck. This is the Ford F-150 Lightning, Ford's entrance into the full-size electric pickup truck market. And unlike its competitors from General Motors, Ford has kept it looking as similar to the gas F-150s as possible. Other than this rear light bar, the Lightning badges, this front light bar, and this gray grille, the Lightning looks identical to the gas F-150s. Now, one big difference between the Lightning and gas F-150s, other than it being electric, is the presence of a frunk, which as frunks go is pretty big, 14.1 cubic feet, easily enough to fit a body. The frunk also comes with 4 120-volt outlets, a USB-C and a regular USB, as well as under this false floor, a drain so you could fill this with ice and use it to pre-game. Another impressive feature of the F-150 Lightning is bidirectional charging, which means if you have the necessary equipment and your house loses power while the Lightning is charging, your house can actually run off of the battery pack in the Lightning. Pretty impressive. All right, driving the Ford F-150 Lightning, and I have to say I have driven 4 of the current generation F-150s, the Hybrid, the Raptor, the Raptor R, and now the Lightning, and this is by far my favorite. There are 3 things that really stand out to me when driving the F-150 Lightning: the speed, the comfort, and the range. On the speed front, Ford did not hold back with giving you all 775 pound-feet of torque when you put your foot down. You truly do rocket off the line. I think 0 to 60 is about 4 seconds, which isn't quite as fast as the Raptor R on paper, but this definitely feels faster because you do get all of that torque right away. It is insane and slightly disconcerting that a vehicle this large can accelerate so quickly, but the F-150 does it, and you can definitely handle any traffic situation past any vehicle that you need to. I'm also very impressed with how the F-150 Lightning rides. The suspension is very soft, and the truck actually kind of floats down the road. It doesn't have any jarring intrusions into the cabin that you would normally associate with a pickup truck. When you go over bumps, especially large like humps in the road, the F-150 just kind of floats over them and then bounces a few times before resettling. It's a very composed suspension, and I'm guessing Ford put a lot of time engineering it with all the added weight from this battery pack. But the results are very impressive, and it's a very comfortable vehicle to drive. I'm also very impressed by the range of this truck. This is the Ford F-150 Lightning Lariat Extended Range. Extended range means this has the larger battery pack, 131 kilowatt hours, and that gives it a 320-mile range. When I took this car on a 120-mile trip, I arrived at my destination with over 200 miles left after driving on the freeway, which was really impressive because freeway driving is normally where EVs are least efficient and lose range the fastest, but it held its range estimate and we arrived to our destination with over 200 miles of range. So I was really impressed by that result. As I mentioned, this is the Lariat Extended Range, so it's $81,000, which is pretty expensive, but it has a lot of luxury features. You get Blue Cruise, which is Ford's hands-free driving technology on the highway. It's not quite as good as Super Cruise. I used it on my road trip, and it scans your eyes. As long as you're looking at the road, it'll keep you in the lane and a safe distance from the car in front of you and all of that. Super Cruise works a little better. Blue Cruise quit on me a few more times than Super Cruise did when I've used Super Cruise in the past, but it still helped make road tripping a breeze, and especially when you're just in stop and go traffic, I think that's when it's at its best. But this also has heated and cooled seats, a heated steering wheel, a panoramic sunroof, this giant touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a fully digital instrument cluster, and you put your foot down and it really goes. Very impressive vehicle. What I also like about the F-150 Lightning is how discreet it is. The Raptor and the Raptor R really shout their excessiveness. They're large, wider than a normal truck, and they really let the world know how just gas guzzling and crazy they are. The Lightning looks like a work truck with this gray grille and in this Lariat trim with the relatively smaller rims and not huge tires. It just looks like a work truck, yet it is about as fast as the rest and electric and luxurious and rides really well. And I really like how kind of incognito this is when you're driving down the road. Another element of the Lightning that I enjoy is that you truly do feel like you are driving a Ford F-150. This vehicle rides on the same platform as a regular F-150. The interior, other than this impressively large screen, is identical. Steering wheel setup, digital instrument cluster, your seating position, it's all the same. You really feel like you are driving a true F-150, which you are, and I think that is really going to help convince some
customers who may be pessimistic about electric vehicles to switch to EVs. Now, truck buyers are notoriously wary of ditching internal combustion engines, so switching to an electric truck is going to be a hard transition for Ford to convince its clientele to make, but I think this F-150 definitely presents a compelling case.
So that's the Ford F-150 Lightning. It's by far my favorite F-150, but I believe it'll be a while before the people who need the working capabilities of a regular F-150 are ready to make the switch. Overall though, it is a very impressive vehicle. Thanks for watching, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.